Welcome back to the Spoonie and Caregiver Life podcast with me, your host, Jordan Banderas. And before we get started, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any episodes of the podcast. And let's go ahead and get into today's episode, shall we? You know how we say, I will always take care of you to our partners, but when they become spoonies or ill, which can happen to anyone, we don't know what we will do? I remember saying that to Katie, but our lives changed forever when she became my Spoonie in 2017. I didn't know what to do because I have never experienced anything like this. I was at a loss. It's an understatement when I say I didn't know what to do because I was so scared and I didn't understand any medical terminologies. It was like learning a whole new language, like medicine names, which are a pain to remember. I also had to figure out how to talk to the doctors, especially since my English wasn't as good. I had to learn how to navigate the healthcare system since it's not as easy as it may sound, either. Due to all of this, I knew I had to do something to help Katie get better. Since I had never gone through this before, the only thing I could think of was to learn about what she was going through. I had to literally step up to the challenge because it is a challenge to take care of someone when you don't have any training or you don't have any idea how to even do it. I have learned how doctors don't know everything like we hope they do since they, just like us, the caregivers, are not the ones suffering. I also learned how depression can be caused by multiple issues like poor nutrition or even the environment we grew up in. I also had to grow up as a person because of the stress of being a caregiver. There's a lot of stress that comes with it. You might know what I'm talking about. So this wasn't easy for me to do because it was my first time. So I knew I would make a lot, and I mean a lot of mistakes. But I have learned from them, which is the only thing that I or we can do. Now, in my case, my wife understands that I will make mistakes and she sees that I'm trying to get better each day and she cheers me on every day. She cheers for me. Cheers for me. I know this is hard for you, just as it was hard for me to step up to the role of becoming a caregiver. I know you're tired after a long day at work. Believe me, I know. But here's the deal. If you don't step up and help your Spoonie as much as you can, even if it's just emotional support, they won't feel supported by you, which makes it harder to fight what they are going through. Because we all want to help our Spoonie, I want to ask you this. Why would you fight when there's no support at all? That's a good question. I had to ask myself that question. Now, you can ask yourself this question. I'm only talking about this because it helped me take care of my Spoonie and it can help you take care of yours. So at one point, you're going to have to step up and learn how to become a caregiver. And thanks to the internet, knowing all of this is easier since you must research the conditions and pay attention to the symptoms. That's something that I had to learn too. And the best part of all, at least for me, is to prove the doctors wrong. Since I'm always learning more about how to help my Spoonie, and they cannot do that. So they think they know everything, but there's been so many times where I proved them wrong, and it actually feels good because I didn't go to school. They did, and some of them are pricks. So if you're in a situation like I was back in 2017, don't panic. Just remember that this is a sprint, not a marathon, and all you can do is try. So as long as you keep trying every day, you're going to get better at it. Practice makes perfect. This is what has happened to me. That's why I'm a good caregiver. At least that's what my wife tells me, and that's all that matters. That my wife is telling me that I'm a good caregiver. And now you can learn as well. So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about on today's episode. Again, I really, really appreciate all the support, all the feedback, all the new listeners and supporters. And again, thank you for everything. But if you really like this podcast and you like the content that I'm providing, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, especially sharing it right now with everything that's going on. A lot of people are getting sick due to stress because of the pandemic or whatever. There's a lot of illnesses going around, and a lot of us are finding ourselves in the same situation that I was on back in 2017 before all of this. So if you like it, please share it. It's something that you can do for us so we can reach more people. And again, don't forget to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And if you want to share your story, you can post it on our community on Facebook, and you can also send me an email if you want to share it anonymously to the Spoonie and Caregiver Life at gmail.com. And I leave you like always. Always take care of yourself and have a great day.